It is sunny, it is hot, which means it's time for ice cream. From the wildfires are clearing up a little bit right now, but it's kind of still hazing in there. But we decided that we should get out and enjoy at least the sun and the fact that the blue sky is coming through. So we're heading down to Tickleberries, which is in Okanagan Falls, which is basically coming along with a nice scenic ride along Lake Okanagan. Tickleberries apparently supposed to have like a delicious ice cream, but we haven't been there yet because we wanted to wait on having 2 bikes, and then with the wildfires it kind of dragged out, but today is the day, finally. And with this little trip here, I also want to take the opportunity and talk about our little vacation trip to Whistler, because Andy and I went and spent a couple of days in Whistler together with Lona to just get out of the smoke because it was so bad in the first week of August. We had to get out. We didn't see the sun anymore, we didn't see the sky anymore, we didn't even see the other side of the lake anymore. So we decided to pack up all belongings, kind of self-evocate a little, and just head over there. It was an amazing trip. However, like the first few hours when we went towards Kamloops and then Cache Creek, the smoke was still pretty intense. Like you could barely see anything of the landscape. I mean, we were literally driving through fires at that time. But I think it was about 2.5 hours in, it started to clear up, and at that point we also stopped at a little campground / picnic / rest area. After a few hours of driving, we stopped at Marble Canyon campsite for lunch break and also just for Lorna to kind of move a little bit. And we came up at this gorgeous lake. I mean, here, look at that. And Lona just can't see the water. How freaking gorgeous is that? So after we had a little bit of a lunch. After we had a little bit of a lunch, we packed things up again and kept moving, because at that point the smoke was clearing up pretty good, so we could finally start to see the landscape and the mountains again. So all the time we were on Highway 1, and then at a point we actually turned into Highway 99, which is the Sea to Sky Highway, which was on our bucket list to actually ride the motorcycles, and actually still is on our bucket list to ride with the motorcycles. But because we had Lona with us, we basically took the car. But at that point the landscape again changed completely. Like, it became very mountainy, it got a little bit more green, a little bit more lush, not as deserty anymore, and it was freaking gorgeous. Like, British Columbia, you guys, has so many facets and it's just so beautiful. And then we actually also stopped on another lake, which was so freaking baby blue, you guys. I haven't seen a lake so baby blue, I think, ever. We stopped there for another break for Lona to pee, then for us to take pictures, and then of course to eat a little snack. We really took our time to get to Whistler. We were not in a big rush. We wanted to see things along the way, like take in the landscape really, and enjoy the trip itself, which we really did, and we got not disappointed. And around every corner it was just one amazing view after the other. We then eventually ended up in Pemberton, and then a few miles further along in Whistler. So we drove up to our hotel, where we stayed basically at Blackcomb Spring Suites. It's in the Blackcomb area, and we were directly one of the ski slopes. Well, if there would have been like ski season. But we saw the gondolas right from our balcony. We had amazing privacy still though, like the trees, the stones, the entire vibe. It was just so relaxing, and actually to just sit down, have a sip of beer, and just chillax on our balcony. Like that was vacation by itself, I tell you guys. Like Andy and I were quite tensed up over the last few weeks just because it got so busy. So just to sit somewhere and like just enjoy the moment, it was good. It was really good. We were a few minutes too early, so we couldn't check in our hotel room yet. So we decided to just pack up Lona, go down to the Blackcomb Village, which literally was like a 5-minute walk, and then sit down at Milestones, have a glass of beer, and then walk back up. But Lona was already tired with like the entire day car ride, and it was hot, and the slope, nope, she didn't have it. It took us, I think, about half an hour to get back up there, just because she wanted to lay down every 2 seconds and not move, which kind of set the tone of the vacation. Because she does that also with quite a few other hikes. And then we were able to get into our hotel room, and okay, I just have to play this clip because it made me laugh so hard.
Alright guys, we're in Whistler today, and just to spoil Corinna's video, the first thing I always do,
I was out with Lona for a quick second, so I didn't even notice or like saw that Andy took this little video there until I opened him up. I'm like, oh, made me smile for sure. Let me actually show you quickly our hotel room here, where we have already Lona waiting outside on the balcony. We're at the Blackcomb Spring Suites. We are directly on the ski hill, if it would be the winter. But right there you actually can see the gondola going up there. So we can theoretically jump off the balcony if you would want to and go right in there. But we basically have a cute little hotel room. No, stay outside, baby. Luna. Like, we have a little fireplace, we have a bed, a little kitchenette, and then of course also a little bathroom. Here you go. Where is it? Yay! So basically, I mean, sink, toilet, bathtub, everything you need. After we got settled in, we basically packed up and went to Whistler Village because A, we wanted to see it so bad, and B, we were starving at that point. We wanted some dinner. So we packed Lona up, we took the car and drove down because there was no way in hell that we get Lona up the hill again. I'm just going to roll a couple of clips now because Whistler Village is gorgeous. Are you hungry?
hey guys, we're at the Dublin Gate in Whistler, Kelowna.
Kelowna?
Whistler, Kelowna. No, not in Kelowna. We're not in Whistler. We're not in Kelowna. No.
This pub is actually one of the few that let you bring a dog on the patio, and we were lucky enough to only wait about half an hour to get a table, so that was not too bad. But definitely busier than we anticipated. Luna wants one too. Dinner was delicious. We are so stuffed right now and are on our way back now to our car, which we parked at Lot 2 here at Whistler Village. So fun fact, after 5 p.m. parking for free, which is amazing. But now we're just going to head home to our hotel and enjoy the whirlpool. It was really nice, just step away. Like, don't even think about COVID too much actually. And just enjoy and watch people. Lona was as interested in watching people and just like study them pretty much as we were. It was a good time. The food was delicious, the beer was amazing. But we basically went home right after that and fell into bed. We were tired. It was a long day. Lona was as pooped as we were. She pretty much just took every second she had and slept. Like, no matter if we were sitting on the balcony or like in the car, she was pooped. So many impressions. But then day 2, I mean, how else do you start your Canadian vacation if you don't go to Tim Hortons? Munchkin number 1 already got her morning walk. And we got some Tim Hortons breakfast. We started the day in general a little bit later just because we wanted to sleep in. It is still a vacation. I mean, we then went to Brandywine Falls because we wanted to see a waterfall. So we packed everything up and went for a little hike to see this amazing waterfall. And then we just kept hiking a little bit further. Throughout the entire hike, Mona was a happy but exhausted puppy. She just sniffed everything but followed us everywhere. She was just happy to be part of it. And she honestly was amazing. She was such a good dog to have with us on a vacation. So relaxed, so easygoing, didn't make any noise, just followed us and she was a really good girl. For the evening we decided to go down to Whistler Village again and ended up actually in the old spaghetti factory. They had a cute little patio in the back and also allowed dogs, so really the dog factor kind of pushed us towards where we're going to eat, and then also what the waiting times are, because for some reason none of these restaurants took reservations, so first come first serve or you have to wait for 2 hours. All 3 of us are pretty tired at the end of the day, so we didn't really do too much after that. I just fell into the bed, happy and exhausted. Because the next day is going to be just an amazing day again. So, same thing. We picked up some Canadian breakfast. So we stopped at Tim Hortons. And then we went to the train wrecks. The train wrecks are all like I think it's about 1.7 or 2 kilometer hike one way. So between like the forest that you walk through and some water, we then ended up at a suspension bridge which we had to cross, and for like Andy and I were both surprised that Lona didn't have any issues like for the first time over a suspension bridge whatsoever. But then on the other side there were these old train wrecks from 1956 that crashed there because the driver was just going too fast, and they just crashed, and ever since they're there, and they ended up being a famous spot or like a popular spot for graffiti artists. And I must say guys, the vibe was amazing but also kind of creepy at the same time. It just had a weird feeling to it, but in a very amazing way. Because this hike was not a loop, so it was a one-way, 2 ways or one-way back. We had to cross the suspension bridge again, and for whatever reason on the way back, Lona didn't like the bridge whatsoever anymore. It was quite hilarious to watch her, but like halfway through, she was fine again, and I crossed it with no problems. And then because there was another dog body on the other end, we had to play cool again, of course. And then just a few hundred meters before we were back at the car, she got so tired, just laid down and didn't want to move anymore. It, like, to our defense, it was not a far hike, nor was it too hot, and she had plenty to drink. She just was a typical teenager and said, nope, I'm staying where I am, and decided to lay down in the middle of the hiking path, not letting anybody else pass without saying, oh, she's so cute, she's so tired. Like, it was the cutest thing, but also for us a little bit frustrating because we didn't really want to carry our 60-pound dog all the way to the car. As our main goal was achieved though by tiring her out, we basically went all the way down to Scenic and even a little bit further because, like, one of my wish to do list things, one thing I wanted to do in this vacation was actually having Lona and like ourselves be in the ocean with at least our feet. And that was the most amazing thing. Like, if I would have not known that this was the ocean already, I would have not believed it. I've never seen such a baby blue ocean. After we stopped at a couple of spots. Oh, okay, before I keep continuing with my story, look at all these floaters. We're down in Penticton, and this little river here is so popular for floaters because it's a very gentle flow, and they just like chill in there, start on the top and then get out of there again. Like, this here's the midpoint, and then there's also another stuff further down. We still should do that too one day. When we do, we for sure will take you guys there with us. All the way down to Tickleberries, it's basically a sea to sky highway, which mentioned before is still on our bucket list to ride with the motorcycles. So after we drove it with a car, stopped at a couple of scenic spots, we decided to for sure still do them with our motorcycles because it's going to be a trip above for a lifetime for sure. After we got back from Whistler, we didn't really want to wait another 2 hours again to get a spot in a restaurant. So we decided to order sushi, take it home with us, and then just have a couple of sips of sparkling wine and enjoy the sushi in our balcony, which was a great decision. It was such a relaxed evening, very chill. Just a quick break from the story as we're getting towards closer and closer to the Okanagan Falls, and you actually can see the wildfire there in the background. Man, that is so weird feeling. Like, this one is unfortunately just one of many this year. It doesn't seem to stop, and we're not like real into the wildfire season yet. Like, they're burning for weeks already. Grips are freaking hot. Ice cream was delicious, and now we're on our way back. I switched to our captain in the meantime, and he's now on the island, and I still can't get over the fact that it's such a different ride. Oh, it feels completely different. Oh, it is so hot. I think we are about 36 degrees right now, and we were not expecting that. That is almost too hot to ride. After we had the sushi, we basically packed up and jumped into the whirlpools. So they had like two whirlpools and like a regular swimming pool outside. And we of course took advantage of that. It's still vacation, right? So you have to relax somehow. But that basically summed up our evening there. And then the next morning we really just packed Lona up, packed our stuff up. And then started our way back home. Overall, it was a gorgeous trip. It was the first time we actually have been to Whistler. And it did not disappoint, even though we were there in the summertime, not in the wintertime. Probably still want to do that too eventually at a point. We're also here just heading home now, trying to get out of the sun. AC is something that we're definitely going to look forward now. But if you actually enjoyed our quick little trip here and the story time about our vacation in Whistler, consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. And then I'm sure we're going to see each other in the next video. Until then, I hope you're riding safe out there, have fun, and see you the next time. Bye!